Welcome to Radiate Yoga. This is a 60-minute slow vinyasa style class that happens live every Wellness Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern. My name is Crystal, and this is part 4 of the 8-angle pose Astavakrasana series. And today we are focusing on integrating everything that we've been working on the last few weeks. So legs, hips, glutes, core, wrists, arms, shoulder, neck, all of it together and making our way to the full expression of the pose today. So we're going to be using 2 blocks, a pair of dumbbells. You may need a strap, possibly a yoga blanket. You might not need these things, but I always like to have them close by. And as you gather those items, I'm going to share a little bit one last time about the theme, love your imperfections. And I was journaling about this morning, and I wanted to share this with you. A little short story. So back when I started yoga in 2013, it was the rise of the Instagram yogi. And that's kind of how I got started. I got pulled into that. And it was about beautiful looking poses, straight lines, and perfect shapes. And while not everyone subscribed to that, enough people did to make it seem like that was the point. You did all of this practicing, all of this work to get to the place where you're beautiful, your lines are straight, and your shape is perfect. And people judge and critique each other on what's right and what's wrong. And I was guilty of it myself. And it was a really hard habit to break. This series is about loving your imperfections. Don't worry about making the perfect shape with the perfect lines and the perfect alignment. Alignment is important, but it's more about how it feels in your body. It's about safety. So we don't injure ourselves in pursuit of perfection. And I love that part. So we don't injure ourselves in pursuit of perfection. So today, I invite you to find the expression, your unique expression of this pose. We are all unique expressions of the universe. We all look different, speak different, act different. And in the same way, I invite you to tune into your body and find your unique expression, all the while loving your imperfections. So those are my thoughts. If you're ready to go, join me on the mat in a seated pose with your hands on your knees, palms facing down to connect with your body. A deep breath in through your nose and slowly exhale through your mouth. Maybe closing your eyes or looking down at the floor. And connecting the long spine. Allowing yourself to sit back just a little bit, disconnecting from the lower back, pulling your belly in, up and in. Subtle movements, pressing up through the crown of the head. As you relax your shoulders, allow gravity to pull you down, pressing into your sit bones. As you feel your body long and relaxed, focus on your breath. gradually begin to deepen, intensify the breath. If you can, cultivate a small amount of ujjayi, just enough where you can feel it and hear it moving up and down your throat. And with each inhale, you're lengthening through the spine, rising through your heart space. And with each exhale, relaxing the muscles in the face and the shoulders and the hips. Maybe bringing a soft smile to your face, this feeling of peace and ease. Bring your hands together, heart center, in Anjali Mudra. Take a moment to set an intention for your practice, whatever you want to dedicate this time to. Slowly open your eyes, looking up. Bringing your hands back down to your knees, or maybe bringing your fingertips to the mat. And let's start with some neck rolls. Bring your chin to your chest. Inhale, rolling over to the right. Go back to center. Inhale to the left. Back to center. Inhale right. Back to center. Inhale left. And back to center. One more time. Inhale to the right. Stay here. Find that spot that really, it's like, oh, my jaw just, it's cracked. Feels nice. And then lift your left arm up and find the height that really deepens the stretch from your neck down to your shoulder. And keep it soft, gentle, and relax your jaw. Sometimes gravity pulls your jaw down and you get a nice adjustment. And start to turn your head looking down. These are little micro movements that sometimes make a big difference. Looking up, back to center, release the hand, bring your chin to chest, inhale to the left. Find that spot. And then rise through your right arm, extending from the neck to the shoulder. Looking down, looking up, and back to the center. Take some shoulder rolls. Inhale up, forward and back. And reverse, back and forward. And by the way, there's a playlist that I popped into the chat. If you want some music as you flow, or you just want to listen to the sound of your breath. Wrist rolls, bring your hands up, rolling through your wrists. The flamenco dancer. And in the other direction. And you feel those little cracks that happen. They make a huge difference. Clasp your hands together. Let's do one more and just kind of sloppily roll it around in one direction and then in the other. It's like you're at a rave. I'm feeling funky today. All right, bring your hands to your sides. Extend your legs out in front of you. Paschimottanasana. Legs extended. Seated forward fold. Flex your feet, pressing through your heels. And as you press through your heels, they might lift, and you'll notice an activation in the back of your legs. Maybe you want to use a strap for this. Inhale, reach your arms up, pressing down through your sit bones, activating the core. Lift your chest. Exhale, folding from your waist and reaching forward, keeping your back, your spine long. And maybe just stay here. Remember, it's not about what it looks like. You're not trying to get to this perfect forward fold. You're trying to feel it in the back of your legs and keep your spine long, keep your core engaged. Maybe periodically you want to close your eyes and ask yourself, what does this feel like? And based on what it feels, how could I adjust myself? Reach forward just a little bit further. And then inhale, coming up slowly, rising up. We're going to bend the left leg, twist over to the left, bring your left hand behind you, and you can either wrap your arm around the knee or take your elbow to the outside, lift and twist over toward your left shoulder. Breathe. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And maybe your palm comes down. Maybe you stay up on your knuckles or fingertips. Maybe you use a block here. Most important part is to keep your spine long, chest lifted. You're twisting at your core. And so from here, before we unwind, we're going to mimic Astavakrasana, 8-angle pose, just a moment. So bend that other knee. Bring your left hand, your right hand, to the inside of your legs and then forward. So this is what we're working our way to. And then bring your legs together. So you're clamping your arm, squeeze your core, and then lean. Find the lean. We're not focusing on lifting the legs right now, but we want that twist in the core, activation in the core, and feeling that chaturanga arms. Lifting your chest, leaning forward, activate the twist, and then inhale, come back. Coming back to center, extend the legs. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Maybe grab the feet, grab the strap. Coming back up, bending now the right knee, bringing your body to a twist. Right hand comes behind you, and either wrap your arm around the knee or take the elbow to the outside. Twist at your core. Inhale, lift, and exhale, turning back toward your right shoulder. And the same thing we did on the other side. And I'm going to turn to face you. So you're going to bend your left leg. And then bring your left hand in between your legs. Bring your legs together so you're clamping onto your arm. Hands come in front so you have space to lean. And then focus on feeling that twist in the core and chaturanga arm strength. Leaning forward without lifting your legs. This is hard just like this. It's intense. And one more time, leaning forward, loving our imperfection. Inhale, coming back up. Whew. And then bring your body to the center. Extend the legs. Cross your feet. Bring your hands down to the mat. Lift and come up into tabletop. We're going to do some rolls over to the right. Rolling through the wrists. And then the other way. Bringing your fingers out to the sides, facing outward and rocking side to side, pressing into the wrist. So we're lubricating, moving through the wrist, but also focusing on pressing into that thumb wrist space, that fatty area right here. And that's where you have the most support. So leaning into that, maybe even massaging that area, which feels really nice. Fingers go to the back, leaning forward, or leaning back rather, extending through the forearms. And back to center. Let's flip the palm in the other direction. Just flip the left. Do whatever movement feels good, side to side, rolling through the elbow, forward and back. And switch sides. Flip the right hand. This creates a lot of pressure on the wrists, so we want to make sure that they're really warm, open, and ready for this full expression. Cat-cow, inhale, drop the chest looking forward. Exhale, round the spine. Release the head. Inhale, drop your chest looking forward. Shoulders back. Exhale, round the spine, release the head. Let's do some more dynamic versions of this. So inhale, drop the chest, look forward. Exhale, press back. Roll through the spine. Inhale, coming forward. Lift your chest. Exhale, pressing back. And like a snake, you're rolling through the spine. One more time. Inhale, drop your chest, look forward. Exhale, pressing back, rolling up through the spine. Press into your palms, into that fatty area, and extend your legs back, coming into plank pose. Let's hold plank for 5. Pressing into the heels for 4. Lifting your chest, 3. Lengthening through the arms, 2. Pulling your belly in, 1. And then shift your weight forward, come onto your tippy toes, drop your knees, lift your feet, and cross your feet behind you. Maybe walk your hands a bit forward. We're going to do some push-ups. Just find that spot that works for you. With the lean here, we're going to lean forward so the shoulders are beyond the wrists. Bending your elbows, keeping your belly in so the spine is long. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga, halfway. Inhale up. And maybe you take a block sideways on its highest level horizontally so that you don't go lower than the block. So let's put the block there if you've got one, leaning forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up. Elbows in towards your ribs. Inhale up. Maybe bring your hands a little bit closer if you notice that your elbows are flaring out, or if there's too much space. Shift the weight, lower down. 3. Inhale up. Exhale 2. Inhale up. Exhale 1 and hold for 5. Make adjustments. Tune into your body. 3, 2, and 1. Press up. Ooh, remove the block. That's the burn, and there's the fire. And the fire starts to burn. So we're going to come into a real chaturanga now. Shift the weight forward. Come up into plank. And find that same level, that same burn in the arms. And come down. Breathe for 3, 2, 1. Up dog. Right there. Lift yourself up. Extend through the tops of the feet. Looking forward. Lift your chest. And exhale, lift. Press back. Downward facing dog. Breathe here. This is more of an intermediate practice. But if you're just starting out, you can find ways to join in and then take a rest whenever you need to. Whatever you want to do here for a couple more breaths. Straightening, bending through the legs. Moving side to side. Lengthening through your arms. And bend into the knees. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step to the top. Let's come into Tadasana. Inhale halfway, hands to your shins. And from here, keep your belly in, pressing forward through the crown, pressing back through the tail. And exhale, release, fold forward. Grab opposite elbows, slightly bend your knees, and just hang here for a moment. Release your hands, press into the heels. Inhale, reach all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands down to your sides. Before we get into our sun salutations, we're going to grab the weights and do some strength training. Really activate those muscles in the arms because we're going to need them. So bring your dumbbells out. I'm going to demo the first one, and then we'll do 15 reps of each. So bring your weights up to your chest like this. Make sure you're not curving through the back, but pull your core in, activate the core, pressing through the heels. So in strength training, the breath works a little differently. As you exhale, you go up, and as you inhale, you come down. So you're going to take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, twist and press up, and inhale, twist back down. All right, so we're going to do 15 of those, starting right now. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Ooh, all right. Put one weight down, stick with the other. And that just worked the whole thing. Shoulders, biceps, a little bit of the forearm. So we're going to take this weight, this one weight, and we're going to squeeze it like this. We're going to activate the chest muscles. So align yourself where you've got one foot slightly behind. Lift your chest, belly in. And you're just going to press forward and inhale back. Exhale forward, inhale back. Begin now, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And you're pressing with your chest. 12. Squeeze and press. 13, 14, 15. Whew. All right, let's set that down for a moment. Shake it out. Make our way to the top of the mat for some sun salutations. Getting our heart rate up. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend and float all the way back down. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step the feet back. Come into plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Elbows in. Inhale, up dog. Press into the fatty thumb area. Exhale, back. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Bend your knees. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or hop. To the top. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to center, Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend and fold forward. One more time. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step the feet back. Come into plank. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And take a breath. Bend your knees. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Tadasana. Bend your knees, drop your hips, and your feet are hip width apart. Come into chair pose. Reach your arms up. Exhale, bend and fold forward. Release the head. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step the feet back. Plank to chaturanga. Inhale up. And exhale, press back. Inhale the right leg straight up and back. Reaching through your inner thigh. Exhale, bring the knee to your nose. Step the foot in between your hands. Keep the back heel lifted. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, hands down. Step the foot back. Plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And you can chaturanga on your knees if that's easier for now. Inhale, lift the left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Step in between. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, hands down. Step it back. Plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale up. And exhale back. Breathe. Bend your knees. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, drop your hips. Inhale, reach your arms up. Chair pose and hold here. Pressing into the heels. Feeling the activation in your glutes, in your thighs. Your core is maintaining stability. Reaching forward through the arms. And inhale, stand, Tadasana. And take a breath. Making our way to the standing sequence. We're going to come back into chair. Feet hip width apart. Bend your knees and drop your hips. Come into chair. From here, take your hands to heart center and twist over to the left. Take your elbow to the outside of the knee. And remember, it's okay if that right knee goes forward just a bit. Alignment, not for beauty and perfection, but for your body. Safety, preventing injury, enabling longevity, which is what we want. We want to practice yoga for a long time. Staying here, see if you can press into your left foot. Activate your core. Ground yourself. Lift your right heel, lift the foot, and send it back into a high lunge. So now we're in a high lunge twist. See if you can deepen that twist. Use your elbow to press into the knee. Bring your stomach out. Lift your chest, rotating up. Maybe open your arms if that's available to you. You don't have to do that. Maybe you want to. Exhale, look down. Inhale, coming up. Stay in the twist. Arms out to the sides. Oh, and that thigh is probably burning. And then we're going to take this back arm and swing it forward, bringing your hands down. Take your left arm under the left leg. And then just feel into this. Maybe slide your right leg back a bit. Lean down into your hips. And this is that hook that we're going to feel later on. Try and get your arm as far underneath your leg as possible here. Just exploring what that feels like. And then drop your back heel. Take your hand out, coming into lizard lunge. Walk your hands forward. You can stay on your hands or drop to your forearms. And take your hand to the outside of the foot. Walk your foot over to the right, and let's come into pigeon. Hands in front. Bring your fingertips to the mat. And let's not go all the way down. Forget the forward fold. Just stay here and allow gravity to pull your hips down. So press into your hips, lift your chest, straighten the leg behind you, activate the core. Find the depth in staying upright. Two more breaths. Plant your hands, tuck your back toe, lift that leg and send it back. Inhale up, three-legged dog. Shift the weight forward, drop the leg, come into plank. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, inhale, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, folding forward. Bend your knees, drop your hips, coming into chair pose. And exhale, hands to heart center. Twisting over to the right this time. Bringing your elbow to the outside of the knee. Twist, looking up. And breathing, always breathing. Enjoying this moment. Spending time with your body. Start to lean into your right foot. Lift your left heel. Activate your core. Lift and send your left foot back. High lunge. Now we're in a high lunge twist. Press your elbow into your knee to twist a bit more. Be careful not to sink into that back leg, but keep it lifted, activated. Maybe you extend through the arms. Exhale, look down. Inhale, rising up. Stay in the twist, arms out to your sides. Inhale, take that right arm, bring it to the front, and hands down to the floor. Take your right arm under. You may want to send your left foot back a bit, sink into your hips. Right arm comes underneath the right leg. Just hold this pose for a moment, connecting with that latch, arm and leg connection. Notice what this feels like in your core. Keeping your neck long. And release the leg down, back leg. Take your arm out from underneath. Make your way into lizard. I know we're working hard because I am huffing and puffing over here. But it feels good. Feels delicious. Yes. Now take your right hand to the outside of your right foot. Walk your right foot to the left and drop down into pigeon, opening up our right hip. Fingertips come in front. Inhale, lift through the heart space, and exhale, allowing gravity to pull your hips down. Extending through the back leg. Plant your hands, tuck your back toes, inhale, lift, and send your right leg up and back. Three-legged dog, shift the weight forward, come into plank, release the foot. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And shift your weight back into plank. We're going to do some ab workout, some core workout. We're going to lift the right leg up to a hover. And exhale, bring the knee to the nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale. Inhale, extend. For 3, 2, 1. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, extend, hover, hold. 3. Lift the chest. 2, 1. Release the legs, separate the knees. Balasana, child's pose. Arms come behind, releasing the shoulders forward. On your next inhale, arms come forward. Inhale, back up into plank. Lift and hover with the left leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale. 3, 2, 1. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, extend, hold for 3, 2, 1. Release. Knees wide, feet together, pressing back. Arms behind you, shoulders falling forward. Okay. Right on time. So lift yourself up onto your heels. I'm just going to take a moment here to open up the shoulders. Take your hands behind you. Press your chest forward. Send your shoulders back. Neck is long. Feel free to stay here, or you can lift yourself up. Clasp your hands behind you and press palms together. Slowly release. Bring your arms in front. Let's take eagle arms. You're going to take your right hand over the left. Cross. Lift through the elbows. Pressing forward through the hands. Pulling your belly in. Slowly release. Switching sides. Arms come in front. Left over right. Twist. Lifting up through the elbows. Inhale. And exhale. Pressing forward through the hands. All right, slowly release. Maybe some circles. We've made our way to floor sequence. The good part, yeah. So we're gonna go first into Navasana. And this is where a blanket might be handy if you have any pain in your lower, your tailbone, sciatica, things like that. You just got a bony butt. It happens. So bring your knees into your chest. And right away, start activating that core. Like there you go. That's what it is. You're sucking it in, right? Sucking it in. Lift your chest. Lift your heels. Spine is nice and long. Lift one foot. Lift the other. Maybe you stay here. Maybe this is enough. Reach your right arm forward. Reach your left. Stay here and breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift your legs halfway if you can, if it's available. Breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend your right leg. Bring your left leg in. Maybe bring your hands behind you. Breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Release. Come into butterfly, Baddha Konasana. Feet come together, hands to your feet, knees wide. Maybe stretching from side to side. All right, we've made it to the final expression. So there's one thing I want to do before we really get into it. Bringing your blocks. So bring your knees together, cross your feet, bring your blocks to the sides of your body. And you want to come on so it's horizontal and it's the lowest height. Bring your hands to the blocks. And as you lift up, you're going to lean forward, lift your butt and your hips are going to go back. So inhale, lift, and send your hips back. And lower. And I'll do that from the side. Hands to blocks. Inhale, feet are crossed. Lift from your core, leaning forward, hips up. And exhale, release. Whew. Let's do that 2 more times. Hands to blocks. Inhale, lift up, hips up. And exhale, releasing down. 1 more time. Hands to blocks. Inhale, lift up, hips up, leaning forward. And exhale, release. All right. So hips up, lean forward is what we want to remember coming into the final expression. There's a few ways you can do that. So the first thing that we did in the beginning, you can extend your arms. First, let's open the hip. So take your left foot, right hand, and open the hip. Rocking the baby like this. Or take your knee and foot to the inside of your elbows. Maybe taking your foot with your left hand and pressing it back, pressing your knee back. And then taking your foot with your right hand, lifting your leg. So you're going to come up off of that hip, lift the hip off the floor, and lift your leg over the shoulder and bring your leg down. Palm comes to the mat, foot comes down like this. Core is engaged. And so, okay, we're here. We might as well start with this one. So option 1 is to do it like this. So from here, bring both hands down and maybe walk your hands forward just a little bit so you have that space to lean. Just like we did, lean and lift the hips up. So option number 1, cross the right foot over the left, lean, lift your hips, and then straighten your legs and look at your feet. This is why I told you to wear pants, because sometimes when you're wearing shorts, your skin gets stuck to the skin and it doesn't slide. So let's try that one more time. We've got some time. So extend your leg, lift the left, arm comes under, lift the hip off the mat, bring the leg on top of your shoulder, hand comes down, clamp the leg on the arm, hands come to the mat. Give yourself space to lean. Test it out. Good. Engage the core. Lift the heart. Cross the right foot over the left. From here, start to lean. Lift your hips and then shoot your legs out, looking at your feet. And then come back. Whew. We're going to do that on the other side. So bring your left leg out. Take your right foot. Grab it with your hand. Face this way. And rock the baby like this. Or the other variation. Great, now take your foot with your right hand and press your knee back. Open it as much as you can. Now you're going to take your foot, lift it up, lift your hip up off the mat. Leg on top of the shoulder, clamp it down, bring your palm down. Both hands come down, find the lean, activate the core. From here, lift, cross your left foot over the right, lean, lift, and extend, looking at your feet. And inhale, coming back to the center. And do that one more time from the front. So bring your foot, lift the hip, leg comes on top of the shoulder, hands to the mat. Clamp the leg, lean, cross left over right. Lean, lift your hips, and extend your legs out. Looking at your feet. And inhale. Come back up. Whew. Love your imperfections. All right. So I did want to show you 2 other ways you can practice on your own, that you can do this in the beginning. I saw this Live in Leggings offers this option, which I found to be very interesting. So in the beginning, we had our legs like this. We went for the twist. We took one arm underneath, clamped the legs, because this is the part that's kind of tricky here. And so come into it like this, cross your feet, and then lean, lift, and straighten. As you can see, I'm not very good at that. So maybe you will be. You can try it that way, and then do it on the other side. Another way is to use a block to give you that lift. So for example, bring a block underneath, and you're going to take your hip, whichever hip, to the block, and do the same thing. So bring your hands in front. So now you're already lifted. All you have to do is lean, catch yourself, and straighten your legs. This one's a little bit easier, and these are supposed to be like, alternate easier variations, but I find that if you just prepare yourself correctly with the way that we did at first, it's a lot easier for me. So I don't know. You find what works for you. We're going to make our way to the floor now, lying back, slowly making our way back to the mat, bending your knees, coming into bridge pose, locking your shoulder blades close together. Inhale, press into the heels to lift your hips. Lengthen your neck, chin away from your chest. Arms out to the sides, palms facing up. Slowly lower down. You might want to put yourself up against a wall, or maybe use a strap, or maybe you can just lift your legs straight up and hold them here for a few breaths, 5 to be exact. There's so many benefits in this pose. It increases and improves circulation. It's allowing the blood to flow back into the heart, giving back to the organ that is every second of every day giving to you without asking anything in return. Okay, 2 more slow, deep, luxurious breaths. And then bend your knees, bring your feet to the mat. We're going to take a sloppy twist. I really like these sloppy twists. So lift your hips, send them over to the left, extend your right leg, and then twist your left and extend it. Oh, and maybe you'll get a nice little crack. Looking to the left, extend your arms. And then bend your left knee. Bring yourself back to the center. Press your feet to lift your hips and send them over to the right as you extend the left. Lift and extend as you twist with the right leg. And I have no space here. Looking to the right, bending your arms. Bending the knee, coming back to the center, feet to the mat. Lift your hips, realign your spine. Feet come to the edges as your knees touch at the center. Arms above you, grabbing opposite elbows, and pull your belly in, pressing your spine to the floor, neutralizing the spine. And when you feel ready, begin to extend your legs out, extend your arms, making your way to our final resting pose, Shavasana. Slowly making your way back to your body. Take a deep breath in, filling your lungs with air. As you exhale, move, inviting movement through the fingers, toes, neck. Inhale the arms overhead and stretch your legs forward in front of you. And as you exhale, bend your knees, bring them to your chest as you wrap your arms around your beautiful body, your unique expression of the universe. Simply roll up or lean onto one side. With the use of your hand, lift yourself up, meeting back in a comfortable seated pose. This time with hands to your knees, palms facing up, open to receive. Loving our imperfections every moment. Being gentle, compassionate with ourselves. That's the only way we'll truly learn how to express that externally. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a moment to reconnect with your intention. Bring your hands to your third eye. Take a gentle bow forward. Thank you for joining me today, for showing up, for moving, for breathing. This is the end of the 8-angle pose Astavakrasana series. Next month or next week, we'll be starting a brand new series. So you can find out more about that in the community tab. That's where I'll be posting the updates. Otherwise, you can leave any questions, comments in the questions or comments in the comments below this video. Okay? Hope you have a delicious Wednesday. Ciao for now, and I'll see you next time. Bye.